Can you guys hear us? I can hear me. Oh, cool.
Hello? All right, so we're going to give it a couple of minutes before we start properly, make sure everything is working.
We're also missing Devin, if you haven't noticed, because, you know, Devin likes to come at the last second every
Could you have said that a little less sexually?
It's all phrasing.
Yeah, come on in. You can come. Yeah, that's right. Walk away. Flip me off as you do it.
He gave you a thumbs up.
He flipped me off. I know what I saw.
It's a thumbs up.
Is it?
Yes.
All right, then. So yeah, just give us a few seconds for setup.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Also, I'm going to need... Dave, I need you to press the record button and open the thing. Just do it real quick. Yes, that one. Yes, you. I'm talking to you.
Where's the record button?
It's the big red button in the back.
Oh, okay. I was at the wrong end. I'm too tall.
Oh, my God.
If I can work the camera, you can too.
All right. Is it recording? Is the red button on? Thank you very much.
Thank you, person in the audience who's playing pitch hitter tonight. Would you kindly watch the camera for us?
Thank
you. We won't give you anything for it but our gratitude.
We'll put your name in the bottom. What's your name? Come up afterwards and tell me your name so that way I can put it in underneath and be like, yes, this person helped us when everyone else failed.
That guy. Fuck yeah. Hang on. Can you see my laptop screen on the projectors? Okay, cool. That's what I'm trying to fix right now. No, you know how lazy I am? Magic of technology.
It's
Silence
magic.
child.
It's magic. Magic. All right, we're just waiting on Devin, I believe, because I think Jordan's going out to go get him somewhere. So
Is that true?
We've got confirmation from someone. Wait, no, that's not him.
That's not
All right.
Devin, no.
It looked like him for a second. Maybe I was blinded by the light. Revved up the deuce like in the middle of the night.
All right, so.
Is that Devin? No. There's
Just
a Jordan.
Relax. Would you relax?
Wait.
Is that Devin?
Wait. There's
There he is! You late motherfucker.
He is. All right.
Big hand for Devin. A big, disappointed, apparently, hand for Devin, who came here directly from work, and he has a real job, unlike me.
Devin, the adult.
Okay, so, guys, we made it.
Yay!
We made it. We actually made it to Bravo. How the hell did we make it to Bravo this year? And, okay, no, we need to celebrate.
No. The real question is, we were allowed back in?
Yeah. No, we need to celebrate for a bunch of reasons.
Okay.
Because, first of all, I'm not sick this year. Secondly, we got invited back with new staff.
Yes.
Thirdly, I got to be keynote speaker for the convention.
Yeah, just found out today.
Yeah.
On the way here.
Yeah. It's just
How'd
like,
that go?
were you looking on your Twitter and just like, oh shit, what did they do? And fourthly, and this is the most important thing, as of this moment, we are the least hated Star Wars show on the internet. Because when you compare to Last Jedi and Solo, we have the least amount of YouTube videos yelling at us for existing.
Yes. It's true.
And you know what? I don't want to just get on stage this year and just chill and talk at the start. I actually want to do something fun.
Okay.
What do you want to do,
Go
Mike?
off stage. Go off stage. This is going to be great.
Okay.
Let's go
All
right.
right.
Stan, can you get up?
Okay.
No. Okay. Hide under the table and hit enter. Just hit this. And we're going to come off stage. It's going to be great. We're going to celebrate. It's going to be cool. I promise. Indulge me.
Yeah, it's not working.
Oh no, an audio failure at D20 Live. That's never happened before.
It's okay.
Francis, are we okay with audio for the thing? What? Hang on a second. Did I mute it? No.
No, it's...
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah.
monitor's on.
What's up?
Well, right now it's not playing, but
That's over there. Hang on.
We'll just play it that way.
Okay. All right.
I'm tired. I'm not going to sit down. We got slow claps for that one, I'm guessing. Clap, damn it!
he's trying really hard.
Okay, I'm done. Stop, enough.
I tried so hard and got absolutely nowhere.
We're not blaming-
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to D20 Live's Audience GM, Audience Plays D20 Live panel. So as always, we start off with you all asking us questions. So please feel free to step forward and ask us any questions you like. If you have questions about role-playing, if you have questions about us, if you have questions about shooting your own show, that's pretty much what Sam does.
Yes.
Yes.
All of it. If you have questions about being Devin, he's right there. Thank you for laughing
Not
at
that
my joke.
interesting, but yeah.
Also, big hand to the sound guys for doing a really
For
great
putting
job.
up with us, yes.
Yes.
We're so sorry
We are
about
so
us
sorry.
being crazy. All right, does anybody have any questions?
Please step forward.
You just line up, it's okay.
Go ahead.
Go, do
ahead.
it.
Go,
It's
go.
all right.
Line up. It's okay.
Come on.
Oh, God.
Final Fantasy X is better than 9.
No! I refuse! I refuse!
So for those of you who didn't hear that, the gentleman said Final Fantasy X is better than 9.
Which isn't actually a question. It's actually a statement.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because we've apparently been getting in a war on our Twitch streams,
Yes, it is.
High Noir, over what Final Fantasy was better, and Sam apparently has chosen this to be the hill she dies on.
This is
Who
the
has an RPG question? If you're a first-time pen and paper RPG player, if you have any questions, please come on up.
About GMing,
Ask
about
us.
playing, about
Noir, you actually have a
questions
question?
on canon.
What would you say is the absolute worst class in any tabletop game?
Who is the Are you
What's the worst
personifying a
class?
class? Are you presuming?
Well, Fatal exists.
Yes. He's presuming the personification of a fictional class.
It's a good
What are
question.
you going with?
I don't
that?
know. I don't know. Yeah. All right, so
Anything that
what's the worst
came out of Fatal, really.
What's Fatal?
Oh, if you don't know the answer to that question, we're not answering that here. You can Google that on your own time.
Yeah.
I don't need to be
D20 Live for it?
I don't need to be kicked out of the con. Come on in.
Do you
Come
have
on
a
in. It gets weird, promise.
It gets weird and maybe fun.
Please, step forward.
Yeah. Mostly weird.
Hi guys. Hi Mike.
Hello.
Hi. There's been a rise in gaming companies like D&D, where the coach doing digital services now and everything.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? And what have you seen? What have you like? What you don't like?
Okay. You can start with this one, Devin.
Yeah. In terms of most of the tools, I mean, I've been using digital tools for my games for a long time. RealmWorks and Hero Lab and that sort of thing. I find them extremely useful as long as there's buy-in from the players. That's pretty much where the be-all and end-all of it is. If your players don't enjoy it, or if the group doesn't find it beneficial at all, it's not really all that useful. I love RealmWorks, and that's really the only one that I use. But aside from that, I like D&D Beyond. I don't like the microtransactions, but that's in every single one of their digital products, whether it's D&D or Lone Wolf or whatever. Anything that you can't... I like digital tools where you can just buy the pen and paper book and use the digital tool. I don't like having to re-buy a book I've already bought just to be able to gain the benefit of using the tool.
Oh, I didn't realize there was microtransactions.
You get the D&D Beyond as an example. You get the main set for free, but that's just the core rulebook. You have to buy the DM pack, the Monster Manual pack, the Xanathar's Guide to Everything pack, that sort of thing. So you have to microtransaction all those to allow them to be used, and any of the feats and associated things with it. Yeah, it becomes a macro transaction by that point.
$50 or more, it's a macro
Good
transaction.
point. But and maybe, all right, just to jump off of that, do you think this is going to take off, or do you think pen and paper are always going to be the gold standard, and there is not in any trouble?
Well, it's always, I feel, because one, it's the way the medium exists, right? The fact that companies are getting on things like microtransactions and now apparently esports.
Oh, God.
Oh, I have a sentence about that. I'm apparently the only YouTuber who's not mad that's happening. But yeah, no, of course it's always going to be an analog thing by virtue of the fact that it's all based in print. It's started off as that kind of hobby. It's just going to add on a new element to it.
Actually, if Wizards ever become smart enough to actually give you a PDF as well, like if D&D Beyond gave you a PDF or EPUB alongside the digital service, that's when it's going to take off.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hello.
So, D20 Live is notorious for its eventual fall into rampant chaos over time, right?
Yes.
Eventual.
So
you said that like it was the heat death of the universe. Thank you.
It's an inevitability. We all gotta admit that.
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta ask: has the most fun thing in an RPG, in your experience, been the product of structure or the product of chaos inherent to the game?
Good question.
God.
Good question.
I've had it both. Oh, don't say you've had it both ways, Mike. That's too sexual.
Phrasing.
It works both ways because I've had spontaneous moments happen. Because how many of you are following D20 Live on YouTube right now?
I want to see every single one of your bloody hands.
Please say you are.
Everyone who's not putting up their hand is wrong.
You really should. Because we had a Scion game on there, and my original plan for how I was going to be playing Odin was this very stern, authoritative figure, and he became a much more familiar, very jocular, kind-hearted parental figure, and it went over a lot better. Conversely, I have a Wednesday night game I run with Sam where it took me 2 months to figure out what I wanted a certain demon to sound like, and I settled on Beast War's version of Megatron. And holy hell, is that a good voice for a demon? You're just like, hello. Hello, Diana. How are you? It's been so long since we've seen each other. I hope you haven't gotten over our last encounter.
You see, the thing is that it came. You have to put this a little bit in context. This voice came out right after we had just killed a guy who looked exactly and sounded exactly like Nicolas Cage. So the juxtaposition of it works a lot better.
But yeah, it's entirely situationally dependent. I've had things that I've planned that have paid off brilliantly because I put the time in. I have things that I've improvised that have paid off dividends.
Yeah, completely. There's the ice when Sam's character in our home, by home I mean not D20 Live, Pendragon campaign, Sam and I went back and forth about that for about 2 weeks, and it was one of the most powerful scenes I've ever wrote for a player. It got several of the players, except him, crying because it was just very emotional.
My character was angry.
Yes, angry.
Because a friend died. I was manly about it.
Whereas conversely, many years prior to that, in a Mutants and Masterminds campaign, I completely improvised a scene of a motorcycle chop shop owner because Mike inspired it, and it was unfortunately horribly racist looking back on it, but it was very funny and one of my favorite GM characters looking back on it. But that was all improvised. So it really depends on the situation and the interaction between the DM and the players.
Right. Personally, I found that when you have an idea and then it falls apart is when the most exciting things come out of it. But yeah, I can see how sometimes structure, sometimes chaos. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah, give him a hand at least. It takes a lot of courage to come up and ask us questions. We're maniacs.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello.
So I've been just got into a 5th edition campaign, and it seems like half my party has no self-preservation instinct.
That happens.
And?
I noticed. I was wondering, how do you guys deal with that without completely losing your mind and possibly backstabbing the party?
Why do you care?
I got one. Well,
I know, but
go
I'm
ahead.
curious why it bothers you.
Because it's the high rank. Yeah, it's mostly during. I mostly care because we're fighting against dragons most of the time, and it's like if you're going to get us killed and.
Oh wait, are you the player or the DM?
The player.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, I'm running with these guys.
No,
okay.
Get me killed.
As a DM, I love players who have no sense of self-preservation because they have action. The most boring thing for me to table is when there's inaction. But if you're a player, that's different. Sorry, Mike, you had an answer.
Hey,
No, I thought that was from a game master perspective.
Yeah, sorry. I should have mentioned it's like I'm running with these guys who are trying to get me killed, and I'm like, no, I don't want to die.
Okay.
I'm working hard here.
My suggestion actually would be to talk to the GM and say, give something that the players want to live for, like an NPC or something that like it makes them want to keep playing as this character, right? Because a lot of the time, I find that when players don't want to, they don't really care about if their character dies or not. It's because of the fact that they really have no attachment, right? If you feel like that they would benefit more from playing and role playing as this character, then just talk to the GM and see if the GM will want to sneak in like some kind of romantic love interest or like some kind of like mystical element or something that they want to like achieve or something.
Or even just give them land.
That too.
You'd be amazed how much people will fight over like a square mile of farmland.
Yeah.
It's like, these are my potatoes. But you've been willing to die like 12 times. But my potatoes.
My potatoes.
That took time.
My cabbages.
My cabbages. You like you said, it's a 5th edition game. One of the first pages of D&D 5th edition is characters are a combination of a set of rules, a personality, and role-playing hooks. It's the DM's job. It's not your job to keep the other players in line at the table. It's actually the DM's job. But players should give the DM something for them to build a story around.
Yeah, I literally just sent my DM. It's like a whole text document of like, oh, here's a side character of the farm village I grew up with. Here's a bunch of other side things.
And you know what? GM probably likes that a lot more than most.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've got a question. How come ship combat always sucks in tabletop games?
I agree. I run a pirates game for these shenanigan fools most of the time. Sam, do you have an answer first?
No, you go,
No?
Divin.
Okay.
This is all you.
How do you make pirate combat, ship combat not suck?
Honestly,
How do you make it not suck, Devin? Last time we fought a shambling mound and Sam squatted so hard she lifted the ship.
Yes. That's a story that we'll have to get into, but yeah. The question is, why does it suck so much, or how do you, or yeah?
Why? How to fix it?
It's that I think it's because we have such a mythos surrounding the visual idea of how cool it is in books and how cool it is in our collective imagination that rules themselves, I find in ship combat, unlike most aspects of a role-playing game, bog down the imagination, whereas in many other cases it actually enhances it. Ship combat in general, because I find, don't try to make it too mechanically heavy. Make it cool. Make it fun. Mike and I don't always agree on this point that he makes role-playing games a game. I see them more as a story, but in this case, in terms of ship combat, I completely agree with Mike. Don't make it make it a game. Make it cool. Make it fun, and more importantly, get everyone involved in some level. For Pathfinder, Mike plays the bosun. He's the one who orders everyone to do shit around the ship. Jordan, who's one of our D20 Live crew, who's sitting right here, is the captain, and he tells Mike to tell other people what to do. Sam's in the crow's nest, telling people where things are. So give players something to do. You don't necessarily need to make them roll for it, but get that buy-in, and don't get too bogged down by mechanics. Make it cool. Make it fun.
Rule of cool. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Captain.
Thank you. Hello.
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 So I'm DMing a campaign I've run way too long at this point.
Are you asking us to help you kill them?
No.
No. You said that really fast. Were you tempted?
Yes. Yes, I was tempted.
It's called Year 3 of D20 Live. Yeah, guys, there's a really great cave over there. Continue, please.
Okay.
Too soon.
So
It's never too soon.
I've been running it for a while. They're leveling up and escalating, and I basically just set the planet on fire with a big global war.
Yeah. I love how you're laughing. I'm like, that's the natural conclusion. Yes. It must escalate by logic. Nuclear war. Yes. Continue.
And I'm basically I just ran into a surprise trouble where the thing about warfare is there's all these nations and politicians and all these big important people, and I just discovered kind of too late, I'm kind of bad at writing assholes who aren't fantasy villains, who are more grounded and have like countries to look after and they think they're doing the right thing. I have no clue how to do that.
In that case, my big advice is steal from other literature. Game of Thrones is a great place. I'm watching Deep Space Nine right now, and that is don't hit yourself in the head.
No. Yeah,
You need that to write.
Yeah. She yells at me when I do it, and I'm full of crap. But no, like steal from shows that have those kind of dynamic characters that you want.
Okay.
If you think DMs don't get ideas from somewhere, you're totally wrong.
I blatantly stole half of it anyway. I didn't think of that.
There's two shows. I would fervently recommend. One's Game of Thrones. The other is Deep Space Nine. If you want to see what international politics looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you don't want to outright steal a character, just break down the character into what it generally is. Like, right, if you take
the
Cisco?
personality of Garrick with the voice of Charles Dance from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right, just break it down into parts and then take little parts of what you like in a character. Like even if you take it from like several different asshole characters, you can just take them from take all the little bits and then just keep the main focus of what they like, what they're doing.
Okay.
Right, and just
Thank you.
But yeah, or study history.
Yeah.
Straight up, just study geopolitics. Yeah. The Cold War is weird.
I did try a little bit of that, and I just got lost.
Yeah, that's what YouTube channels I go to summarize it for me. Just,
Yeah,
what's this extra history? 7 parts, and I understand the Cold War. I'm not.
We're not. You know, we're not.
I'm not a historian.
No.
I'm a schmuck.
That's why we watch extra credits.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello, citizen.
I love the questions this year.
Let's see how this works. I got a question about...
Go close to the mic.
Swallow the mic.
Dude, go close to the mic.
Shit. Better?
Yes,
Very
thank
much.
you.
Awesome.
Well, I run a game.
Yeah.
And on the virtue of me working nights, I have to... also, international players, I have to do it over Discord. And all roles are visible.
Yeah.
For that virtue. So, this might be relevant or not, but it's a question that I've been tossing in my brain case for other games. How do you reconcile playing fair with the players, both sides, that whatever they do is consistent with what you're doing with monsters, enemy villains, and all that, and to fudge roles for good story?
Add a lot of stupid high-level modifiers. I literally did this for the campaign I'm running with Sam, where they accidentally met the final boss of the game early and decided to sense motive on the boss. The boss, by the way, is a level 20 bard enhanced by demonic magic. So they saw the modifier roll off of that, and they just backed up and went, "We screwed up. We screwed up. What are we doing in this room, Mike?" "I don't know, guys. You rolled sense motive."
You say that, but that just gave me motivation to make my modifier even bigger.
Right? If you want to fudge it and you know you need to win, up the modifier.
Yeah. Also,
don't do it too much though.
Yeah.
Just have something big enough that'll work.
So if are you saying like because the rolls are visible, you're worried that they'll think that you did fudge a roll or that it's obvious?
No, you want to fudge the roll.
I'm worried that when you fudge the rolls, it's basically up to the game master's own. I think they should win this time. And other times, I don't think they should win this thing more than usual. It's like on the chance.
Yeah.
So if a character dies, I don't want them to die, or would really fucking suck if they died at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then ADM might consider fudge a roll.
Yep. I've fudged rolls
fair?
plenty of times, mainly
it's harder to do it.
mainly for story, but online at the
Yes.
same time, at least with the tools that I use, they don't know the DC. You don't have to tell the players the DC. You don't have to tell players what the AC of a monster is. You don't have to tell the players what I frequently have told the crew whenever they make a roll. One player usually ends up asking like, "What's a DC? What am I going for?" It's like, you're rolling a dice. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm telling you to roll a dice. You roll the goddamn dice, and I will narrate for you because it's my pleasure to do so. What the result is.
You can also tell them to roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to tell the player. You're not telling the player the numerical number. The rules are adjudicating your story. You're telling the player the story. So if you need to roll, how are they even going to know? Or if you need to fudge, how are they even going to know? As long as it creates the most fun and the best story. Yeah.
Good talk.
Thank you. Good talk.
But I got a question for Mike.
Okay.
From Deep Space Nine, is Quark the best human character in the show or not?
No, Garrick is.
Yes.
Fair enough.
It's like, is Quark the best character? Not by a long shot in my head. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm a DM here. I have the party of 6, I think.
Are you checking? Were they bailing out of your game now?
It's never 6 total at any time.
Fair enough.
But,
That happens.
I have a combination of like really energetic players as well as 2 new players that just came along, as well as someone else who personally is very shy, just from a personality standpoint, and then the new players are shy just because they're new.
Yeah.
And I find that sometimes during the sessions, one of the more active characters will be like, "Oh, I want to do this thing," and I'll be like, "Oh, that's so sick, let's do it." And I realize 3-4 hours later, we did nothing but this one thing for this one character, and I just got so caught up in it. So my question is, how do you balance the spotlight between all the players?
I'm going to say my little bit because Devin, you're actually really good at this.
No,
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
giving you a compliment. Take it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but you two first. Go ahead.
With shy players, you have to plan for them.
Yeah.
This extensively. And sometimes the problem is you need to talk with the player itself, because it's in it now, themselves, and see what they want out of the experience first before you thrust them in the limelight. Some people are just happy to be in the back row, quipping.
Yeah.
But if you talk with them and they're like, and if you hear the hesitation, then you know they want more. They're just scared to ask for it. Sam, do you have anything?
I was the shy player. Eventually, after I think about 6 months of playing with these guys, I was no longer the shy player. So I don't have any more advice other than just give them time. They will eventually come around once they figure out how the group functions. But yeah, mostly, just plan for them. Devin's got the best advice for this one, though.
Sam's absolutely right. It's a matter of time, but also having the conversation and finding out what they want out of the experience. If they are shy, they're usually shy for a reason. They haven't played before. They don't know these people, especially if it's a store game or they're new to the group. I find the easiest thing to do, or set of 2 things to do, is 1, have the conversation out of the game for them, for what they find fun about the game and what they want to do within the game in terms of story. Note that down and write plot for it. Don't create a hook just for you. Create a hook for them. They'll know you're writing it for them, and they'll immediately be invested in it. The second thing is, I get that. I really do. I wrote an entire side plot for for an Exalted game because I thought it was a cool idea. But after I got past that initial game of, oh crap, we just did this whole session for this one person, I took that idea, made it my own, and then put it to the side as a side plot, and then started focusing on other people. So I find it's easier to focus on what the shy player wants to do first, using the hook that they gave them, and get the rest of the players invested in the plot of that shy person. and therefore intentionally throwing them into the limelight that they can choose to gradually bring themselves into the game for.
Awesome. And sorry, just to add on to that, like the flip side of it, once I get like the shy people no longer shy, how do I get the overactive people to chill the heck out?
I usually have. It depends on whether they're willing. If you see that they're willing during the game to get involved in other people's plot, don't kill their energy because they're investing their energy in other people. The moment you see that their energy is overriding someone else, you then need to have a conversation with them at a game and say, stop being an actor type player. You're not the most important person at this table. You're part of a group. And just have the conversation with them at a game. I find that was far more effective. And it's like, I'm not saying you're a jerk. I'm just saying we need to let other people at the table have a fun time too.
Like you can also tell them, okay, I'll get to you in a second. I just want to finish up this thing first. Right? That's the other thing.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Such a mellow panel we have.
What's sorry?
It's such a lovely mellow panel we have.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
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 I am the shy player, not his shy player, but I rolled a bard.
It's okay. I did it too.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out basically how to actually involve myself more in my party's doings.
You're the bard.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to live up to the role that I'm trying to give myself.
Sam?
Bard advice. I got this.
Okay. Sip in.
So basically what you want to do when you're the bard, you have to basically say, you know what, whenever there is a social interaction, like if you're going to go buy items, make that your limelight thing, right? Basically when they say, oh, we want to go buy like potions or whatever, you just go, all right, I got this, guys. And just keep saying that. I got this, right? Spoonie did one thing whenever I was watching his things, and he always said, I got this. And Mike hates it whenever I do it because it always ruins his plans because I always end up taking over.
I used to have combat encounters. Now I have a bard. Because as a bard, your social roles are going to be higher than anything the players have. And when they're knee-deep in a problem, you can just be like, plus 20. Yeah. So he's my friend now. And they'll go, we can get out this way? What do you mean we don't have to fight? I was so low on potions.
Offer to use your skills as a bard to do other things as well. Like if you want to, if you're getting like a job from somebody, say like, oh, what else can we do for you? Or like, oh, what else? Like, what kind of gold or like what kind of treasure will you be giving us? Like, just play it up where it's like you're kind of like a smarmy con man.
And then get more out of them.
Yeah. And then and that will help you eventually get more comfortable in the bard shoes.
Thank you. And just one more thing. Have you had a look at like the Pathfinder 2nd edition stuff yet?
Yes. Not yet. I'm waiting till I get my hands on the PDF first before I pass judgment on it.
Yeah.
And then yell about it on my Discord.
Well, I'll see if I can find you there then.
Yeah.
I want to see the reactions.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You should subscribe to us on YouTube, dude. You'll find us right there.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you.
We have business cards. We'll give them out later.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So I have a friend watching the live stream right now, and he sent me a question to ask you guys.
Awesome.
Oh, boy.
Wow, we got a remote. This is a rare first for us.
So,
That was awesome.
He said to ask them to create a legendary creature on the spot and a legendary action included for it based on their favorite animal if it were a CR rating of 30.
So CR 30 and a legendary action, which is like that's a 5th ed thing, right?
It's a 5th ed thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's called the Maw.
Oh, God.
What it is, it's a semi-collective intelligence of leeches that got experimented on. However, what they're now acting is in unison. So what happens with the Maw is it's basically a gigantic swarm of leeches that have a type of fang serration inside each of them that is more than capable of breaking down basic matter. Now, if you have an individual Maw, it takes several hours for this to do, but when a mountain of Maw appear and they reproduce asexually, it goes a lot faster. Legendary action, rapid breeding, which Maw can double its size once every hour. Done! Did I buy you two enough time for that?
I have one, but it's just I don't know what a legendary action is. So
It's just like some wacky ass power they got.
Oh, okay.
They can usually use it 1 to 3 times a session. A
Oh.
big thing.
All right. Well, okay. Mine is a time beast. Basically, what happens is when they start off the size of a fire truck, that's as small as they get, and then they get to the size of Russia. And what they do is they eat time. So that's what they eat. That's why they get so big.
So like they'll eat a person's time?
Yes.
So they'll just walk past someone and they age and die like super
Yes.
fast. That's frightening.
Yes.
So just this fire truck monster goes past you and it's just like, what? Did you want to hear about the reform?
Yes.
It just goes past you. Does it fly?
No, it doesn't fly. It crawls along the ground and it has 4 legs.
Oh, it's worse.
Yes.
Nice.
And it also has 3 horns and 6 eyes, and it's blue. I don't know any legendary actions for it.
It would be the time stealing
Probably
ability.
the time stealing ability.
Based off of our favorite beast, like we're talking like real life world thing, or
either one.
I don't. I came up with slugs, and
I
she
know.
came up with a bigger Russia slug. Dude, my favorite creature is not a slug. That was just the worst thing I could come up with.
I will say mine is the CR30. The name of it is Legion. It is a creature that has the ability to conceive of any particular situation or monster or plan at any given time, and its legendary action is convince Mike he's wrong.
So impossible.
Once per convention. They also have a second legendary action entitled Yes. In which they can cause berserk rage in the mic.
Getting a lot of shit today. I delivered a brilliant keynote speech, and now I'm just getting shit on.
Can I change my legendary beast to Arcata?
So, Steve and Arcata are your 2 legendary beasts then, huh?
It could be.
No, my legendary creature is Legion.
It's them.
All right. Oh, he's given you fantastic feedback. He said those are amazing creatures.
Really? That one was good, huh?
Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Thank you. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, guys.
We don't know who you are at all.
Who are you?
I have no idea who you are. I don't live with you.
Oh, I've never seen you guys before. So, we have video evidence of this. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Sam. Where's the 18-plus panel?
From last
referring
year,
to
you-
last year, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure whether it's the 18-plus panel that we promised them or the 18-plus panel that they wanted, that involves the 2 of us talking like women to each other in very disturbing,
yeah,
sultry
I remember
voices.
now. I must have skipped over that, didn't I?
You did.
I was like, I need to
did.
make notes so in case they want to do a sequel with the Spider Lady. Let's get that done really fast. Go bug the con. They only asked us for 2 panels. Like, can you guys do exactly what you did last year?
I just wanted to mess with you guys.
Sit down. That's right, Crawl. Don't applaud him.
Hello. I've
Hello.
got a problem.
Oh, no.
You all saw that.
Well,
Good. One person laughed.
I have a group of players.
Yeah.
They're all my friends. We have one player though who has apparently gotten a airship, and he's now using that as leverage to basically go continue on the main plot and ignore anything that the other players want to do.
Oh, so he's hijacking.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's called a mutiny, dude.
Oh, man.
I've already tried to. I've already had a whole bunch of pterodactyls throwing the thing against the mountain.
Yeah.
Because he's an artificer, he just fixed it with an entire tribe of cat folk.
Well, you can't fix something if it blows up. You can always destroy the airship.
Okay. Well, what you could...
Are you a DM or are you the player?
I am the DM.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you don't have a problem. It's called a thunderbolt. Oh no, the balloon pops. while you guys were parked last night.
Or wind.
Or what you could do is you could do a thing that my dad did, because what happened was that I had a character who was a siege engineer, and what she would do is she would solve all her problems with the siege cannon, which would go ethereal. It was a big problem because, a siege cannon does what, like 10d6 worth of damage, and I was level 2.
Yeah.
So
you were hacking the game.
So I was hacking the game. So what my dad did was he actually made it so that way it was very difficult in order to get replacement parts. So in order to replace the cannonballs, we had to go and do this entire scenario, which I actually replayed for the guys, and they were not happy with it because you had to get scales from like an ethereal snake, and then you had to also get a diamond, it was 100 rubies, and they all had to be like 100 gold pieces worth each, and then you also had to find a wizard for some reason to sign it, because of course, why not? But yeah, the idea is that make it difficult to find the parts that he needs, so that way he's not so quick to always use the airship. Right? You could say like the phalange of some kind needs a special kind of, like, I don't know, giant skin or something. Or the engine needs like a fire elemental to like burn inside of it or something like that.
You could have the bad guys steal it.
You could have that too.
Get an evil overlord who literally comes in and is like, wow, I like that. I could proclaim from great heights.
Just for clarity, they're currently in an area that has no technology.
Yeah.
That's even better.
That's what a barbarian horde would do. They'd be like, throne. Just have someone steal it, and then it's just a matter of stealing it from them.
The interesting thing I found by your question is you said he wants to continue the main plot using the airship. So what do the other players want to do?
They found some side missions that interested them.
Yeah.
And they want to go down those, but he's like, no, we are going down the main plot.
Okay. It's good that he wants to do that. It will split up the group. You can either have the harsh answer of you can go off in the main plot, you can make a side character and do these side missions with them, or what I would do in that case is give the side missions a purpose that actually would make it either easier or the main plot more interesting. Have the side missions not just be random castaway missions, tie them back into the main plot. That way the person who really wants the meaty main plot story sees that there's buy-in and payoff to the different side missions. That would be how I would do it. If he honestly just doesn't want to do what anyone else wants to do, that's, like you referred to earlier, that's the actor-player type. And that's a very toxic one, and you talk to him and say, look, I know you want to continue the main plot, but we're a team here. We're creating a collaborative story.
You have all given me great ideas.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right. So it's 6:15 now. We're going to get through these last two questions, and unless no one has any others, we're going to GM the living shit out of you all. You looking forward to that? Awesome. So let's get this done. Hi. No pressure. I said no pressure.
No pressure.
Right. So, the group I'm playing in, where we left off is the kingdom we're in is about to come under siege by a massive army.
As is how. Yes.
Nice. That's how you do.
And basically, even before this, I always wanted to do a siege, like defend a castle and such. Yeah. And the more I think of it, the more I'm like, I will spend the next 20 turns on a wall just shooting an arrow at like a giant army coming at us. And then go with the ship question, how do you make giant sieges not 20 turns on a wall firing away range?
Oh, that's easy.
Mine is have stuff make it over.
Yeah.
You're in a magical, I'm assuming you're playing Dungeons & Dragons or 5th Ed.
Homebrew Dungeons 5th.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. You're not playing a real adventure with real siege weaponry. You've got dragons, you got wizards, you got fireball spells.
You have orcs that will tunnel underneath.
There's too many ways that those walls can be bypassed. It should be, oh no, the paper's breaking again. And it's just whatever gets over.
Yeah. The main thing, are you the GM?
I'm a player.
Player, okay. Well, my advice to the GM, if he's watching, is...
The GM's watching.
Oh, hello!
Okay. What I would do in that scenario is, again, the wider siege is a backdrop. It doesn't freaking matter. In the Pendragon game that we play, a comparison would be a very large battle. Okay, like 5,000 people. But Sir Arcade doesn't give a crap about those 5,000 people. In fact, he can only see the 10 people that are around him, half of which have swords pointed at him. So what I tend to do, and what could be done in Siege, is one, have things make it over. Do cool things. Have orcs tunnel under. Have a dragon flying over. Like, make set-piece encounters, but make it about the players. Sure, it's been 3 hours and the walls have been cascaded with arrows and battering rams and whatever else, and that's a description, and they say, but you dealt with this. You had this siege ladder that came over and you had to fight off a swarm of like 10 things that came over it. Like, make it about the players and their actions, and depending on whether they're successful or not, have that affect the larger battle so they still care. So if the players are successful, the defending army is more successful, or the attacking army. If they're not, then they could lose the battle. Make it about the players, always.
Yeah, as a player, you have a lot of options. You could say, I think we might be running low on food. I'm going to go get some. But there's an army between you and the food. Or you could say there's the enemy commander over there. Sieges aren't broken sieges don't have to be broken by time. They can be broken by big events.
Yeah,
and you can have some really fun experiences with those.
In fact, they should be. In the same way that you wouldn't play out an entire 10-mile hike through the countryside, you shouldn't play out an entire siege turn by turn, moment by moment.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem. And our last question for the day.
Hello.
Hello.
We have a player in my game. I'm one of the players as well. So there's 4 of us, and he always tries to sort of go against the party, trend more towards evil. So
Oh.
Yeah.
One guy's on his side, the other one's very frustrated with him over there, and I'm usually the tiebreaker, so it gets very frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially because he's our captain of our starship right now.
Oh, boy.
So we don't really know how to deal with it because the DM doesn't have an issue with this. So
You need to tell your DM you have an issue with it right out the gate.
Yeah.
Just be like, especially if you're the character player stuck in the middle, just like, I don't want to. Because if you don't want to be in that situation, it's perfectly fine for your group to kind of get split up, have different sessions.
Yeah.
It just means you as a whole don't work.
Yeah.
The GM's job is to ensure that everyone at the table has fun.
Yeah.
And yes, he can have fun. I do have fun when not this group, but a separate group. There is one player who is what we call and affectionately refer to as an abyss diver. He stands on the edge of the abyss and says, oh, that's cooler and more fun down there, and we'll bow down to the Dark Lord instead of fighting them.
Is it who I think it is?
It's Jean-Marc. I don't think you met him, but yeah. So that's... whether it's evil or whether it's just going against it, it's the GM's job to balance that. And if even one player is not having fun, then you need to have that outside of the game conversation and say, I'm not having fun. I may just walk away. I know you don't want to, but I may just walk away because it's not fun for me. Can we do something else? Either play an evil campaign, or how about you have this person who always wants to do the horrible, evil, bad thing? Have consequences.
we tried to do the evil campaign, but he went too evil for us.
Oh, he went too dark. Okay.
Yeah, just talk to your game master. And if your game master is like, oh, it's fine, get a new group.
Then they're not listening to you, and that's not good. Without the GM, the game can't run. But also without the players,
the game can't run either.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. We're done being responsible advice-giving adults now. Now is the time you're all waiting for, the madness. Excellent. So I have a question. Do you want to continue where we left off last year, or do you want to do something completely new? So, by cheers, last year, something new. Really, you want something completely new?
Yeah.
All right.
Side question. Will Charlotte make an appearance? Yes? Or no? Well, that's emphatic.
I think Charlotte's making an appearance.
All righty. Thankfully, I planned for this.
I think they want their flaming spiders.
Yes, but I guess Charlotte's going to be the end. Okay, so obviously then if Charlotte's going to make an appearance, it has to be a fantasy game, correct? Excellent.
You guys can walk around. I'm going to just sit here.
That's fine.
My back's out, guys. Sorry.
Sam made the mistake of lifting my luggage, and she is paying for it in ways she doesn't have to, and we're very grateful for her, aren't we? So.
Whereas I was sitting all day at work, I really want to move.
Move. Go. Gallop, you little gazelle.
No.
So, fantasy,
Sorry,
we
John,
can break
no.
this down really simple. Is something being rescued, or are we defeating something? So, rescue, defeat. All right, so let's find out what we're defeating tonight. So you all wrote down stuff on the card. Tonight we are defeating My Little Cthulhu.
Scott's not here, though.
What?
Scott's not here, though.
I know, but
Not
his heart will go on. So we need a new protagonist for the audience.
We do. Is this...
trying to be polite.
Let's start off last year.
Do you want to make a...
We need some ideas. What type of class or type of character is this? Is this a fighting character?
Bard.
Hang on.
I like
All right,
you.
so talker, caster, fighter, rogue. So talker. Bard. So bard. You wanted a bard then, right?
Bard.
That's what a talker is. I was making it general.
The talker, the face.
There's also singing involved.
All right.
You
So
forgot
we
a
have...
card? Wait, a card is forgotten.
All right. So
Thank you, Devin,
our
for going to
bard
get
is questing tonight to defeat... Oh, we got more? Of course we got more.
Good job.
Are there any more
Wow,
cards?
that is a manifesto. It's like a freaking manifesto on here. Look at that.
Oh my God, it really is.
So My Little Cthulhu is erupting out. So let's see if we can find a suggestion. Where is Cthulhu, or My Little Cthulhu turning up?
No, that's a good card, but put that back. That's
No,
not
I can
nice.
work with that. The suggestion was seduction. So where's a good place to seduce someone? Yeah, see, you get. Okay, I heard Love Hotel. What about a bar? So Love Hotel,
Convention,
bar, barn, barn.
Clearly a Chaucer fan. Well, it's true.
We will defeat Little Cthulhu by seducing him in a barn.
Yet now you've placed the seed in their heads, so now they want it.
So, Love Hotel, barn, flipping animals.
Literally.
All right, so just, this is the weirdest day ever. So we need to stat our bard. Now, is our bard more of a talking bard or a singing bard? Talking? Singing?
What
Okay.
did you just do?
Singing bard.
No. What did you just do?
Me?
You realize what you just did.
I'm going to make her sing.
Who the hell? Oh, okay.
The one person who can sing?
I'm not going to sing. She's going to sing. And if I can get that working, the computer's going to sing.
Excellent.
Yeah, Mike, you're so totally going to get that to sing. So we have a singing bard who probably high charisma or low charisma. That's about half and half, actually.
Yeah.
So medium charisma.
Medium charisma.
Medium charisma. So
He is
charisma
the
plus
adequate.
10. No, plus 5.
Wait, so he is the adequate. So that's going to be the dash. That's going to be the end of it. The suffix.
Oh, is it a man or a woman? Man? Woman?
They like them girls.
All right, so we need a name. Let's see what we can get. Some of you are like, going, her name is Tarask.
Tarask the adequate. For she doesn't climb high mountains. She doesn't tread the lowlands. She treads the middle mountains, the rolling hills of this modern fantasy world.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, we can. Oh, cool. Let's see if this works.
With the sound of mediocrity.
Let's give it a try.
Like this.
Sam, if you would. Wait. All right. Well, not yet. They got to turn on first.
Okay.
Okay. So, Tarask the Adequate, the Bard, the Lady Bard. What species is she? Tiefling?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so tiefling or dwarf? It's tiefling. All right.
Tiefling bards are always really pretty, but for some reason they get negatives to the charisma. It's stupid.
That explains why she's adequate.
Oh, she's really...
It's like, I just imagine like this fully decked out colored tiefling, and she's like hot as hell. It's like, hey, So,
Where is this kingdom? Where is this kingdom? Where is this being? Or where is this barn?
She's currently dealing with a very aggressive miniature dragon.
Okay.
That's where she is right now. So let us take it.
Is she trying to seduce it as well?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? So, we got to get her onto the plot hook of the Tiny Cthulhu. So we'll figure that out. So why is she with the dragon right now? Is she trying to rob the dragon, or is she trying to seduce the dragon? Rob? Seduce. It's going to be all about sex today.
Not the 18 plus panel.
Well, it only counts as 18 plus if we actually get to sex. Now,
that's fair.
We start with Tarask the Adequate in the lair of the angry, aggressive miniature dragon.
Whose name is?
Whose name is, please, yes. Hugs.
Hugs.
Its name is Hugs.
Its name is Hugs.
Axiomically, its name is Hugs.
Exactly.
The angry little dragon.
Hugs the dragon. Hugs the miniature dragon.
So, our dear bard is attempting to seduce the dragon. Let's see if she succeeds. Now, we got this thing. So I'm going to huck this out to the audience. You got to bounce it forward. I'm going to do this side, then this side as we go along, all right? So I want this to come back, guys. Let's do it.
Dave, watch the camera, please.
Well, this is...
That's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20, sure.
Yeah.
That is a very unique die. What was that?
It went in. It had an innie.
It became an innie?
So, Tarask, the Adequate Bard, succeeds in seducing the miniature dragon.
To such a point that the miniature dragon joins her on her quest.
Yes. And it is now her mount. Now, while she's... No, not in a sex way. Don't make it naughty.
But come on, Daddy, we can do it. We can make it naughty.
Focus. No.
She's just down here and she keeps saying things. And I don't catch it half the time. Otherwise, I'd reprimand her.
So bad.
Stop it! So, the two of them are riding along on their adventure. Now, there was something in the dragon's hoard that guided her to... Oh, it's the manifesto. Hang on.
We'll use it. Don't worry.
It's too much on there, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Hugs was going to be ritually sacrificed by a creature.
Yeah, by the Tiny Cthulhu.
By the Tiny Cthulhu.
But our bard stopped it.
Refusing to let go of her mount.
So basically she was just like, so the dragon wanted to go and be part of the sacrifice, and Tarask said, no, baby.
No. You're worth more than that.
You're worth more than that. And that was our seduction roll. So, we have to find the cultists. And our lovely bard, we didn't give any search skills to. We just said she was good slightly at talking. So I'm going to cast this out to you guys. Be sure to bring it back. All right. Let's see how successful she is. I see a 1.
I do see a 1. That's
Right there.
the closest number to it.
Can someone please pass me that? It's too far away. Thank you. I'm very lame. Thank you. So, they search the land and they do not find the cultists bringing little Cthulhu to life. So what do they find, Devin?
Well, while they are journeying, they are going to happen upon a small village on the way to the barn that they don't know exists yet, and find a realistically brutal Pokemon battle occurring.
They find realistically brutal Pokemon battle. Someone's throwing shade for tomorrow night. Jesus Christ. So,
amidst a field of blood and the screams of tiny little fictional animals.
So let's say, what does she do? What does Tarask, the adequate bard, do in this situation? Does she stop the fighting? Or does she join in on the blood sports with betting? So,
or does
stop
she
it.
seduce it?
Okay, stop it. Join it. Stop it through seduction. I don't know why I asked. Okay.
She sees.
It's time to roll the most terrible D20 I've ever bought.
Wait. One of the trainers that she comes across has a very strange creature that she is fighting, and not one, but many.
Of course.
Of course. They are many small creatures, black and crawling in
Are you
size.
stealing my creature?
And wreathing in flame.
All right. So,
for they are lavalantulas.
Oh no, Charlotte. So she's trying to convince Charlotte.
I'm seducing myself? Oh my god. I wonder how well that'll go.
I didn't
so she's
intend
trying
for
to,
that.
She's
really
trying
didn't.
to seduce Charlotte to stop this from happening.
Yes.
This is going to turn to a weird sex coven real fast. Two!
You want to know why? No. You want to know why? Because
it's a 7 total.
What? Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because she chose the absolute incorrect form to seduce Charlotte in. She took the form of a drider, which reminded Charlotte of very bad times
with a
in
7.
her life.
Okay. So
she disguised herself as a drider.
What?
You didn't rewatch year 1, did you, at all?
No.
Okay. Drider was her boyfriend.
I know. I'm just saying it shouldn't have worked on a 7, dude.
No, because that's why she failed.
That's why she failed.
Oh, I see. I can't hear you. I'm deaf.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So yeah. So she offered up Drider carcass to Charlotte, and the wounds were too raw still. So what did Charlotte do? Did Charlotte walk away peacefully? So half of them were like, nah. Or do we have a lava spider fight? All right.
Oh, wait. What is the weapon that she's using?
Oh.
Other than her singing.
She still has the jade spider. What does it summon?
That's Charlotte.
What?
Charlotte has the jade spider.
Yeah, Charlotte has the jade spider. She's attacking.
What does Tarask have?
Oh, what does Tarask have?
What form does her singing and that create for this brutally realistic Pokemon battle? Do you get that?
It's
surprise.
Okay,
Dude, it's Princess Bride.
It's a surprise RUS.
Surprise rodents of unusual size.
So she sings. Yeah. Okay.
So she. Oh man. It's
so
spiders and
we
rats.
have a spider and giant rat fight.
Rat fight. Gonna fight for your life. Rat fight. Gonna fight for your life. I don't know the rest of the song.
We're not going to stop you.
I only had the one bit.
All right. So this will tip the battle. Who will win? Our protagonist from last year or our protagonist from this year?
Wait.
I got to go over this side.
Protagonist from last year?
Yeah.
Protagonist from this
No,
year?
we're driving this one.
Oh, okay, fair
And they're
enough.
going to see whether or not Tarask wins.
Good point. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is for Tarask.
Good job.
It's a 6.
6.
Wow. That's embarrassing.
All right.
And this is for Charlotte. Son of a bitch. Charlotte rolls well. 19. So Charlotte handily outmaneuvers Tarask completely in the exchange and beats the living hell out of her with spiders.
So much so that she had to. So much so that Charlotte, though, walks up and finds why on earth would she actually be fighting in such a tournament? Why would she be fighting in such a brutal battle? And only to find out that Hugs would be sacrificed. Charlotte, having a minimal half-orc heart, it touches her heart, and she realizes, I wish to stop this. Okay. She has a ritual component.
The Jade Spider.
The Jade Spider.
All right.
Dun, dun.
It's almost like we paid attention to the plot from last year. So Charlotte has
closed.
Charlotte has a Jade Spider, which is an important component. Now, is Charlotte going to join the adventure? Or is Charlotte just going to hand over the Jade Spider? She will join the adventure. Charlotte and Tarask adventure together. One's crazy and the other is Charlotte.
The Tarask and the Charlotte. Tarask and the Charlotte. One likes rats, the other likes spiders. Thank you.
Okay. So we need to go. So something's going to interrupt this beautiful new friendship, and it is an explosion of silly, wiggly, venomous snakes. So we need to make a roll to see if our heroines and dragon successfully escape. So it's going to go down this way. Hit it up. Oh, shit, it almost went back. Did it make it? 2. No.
This is odd. This is really the worst die you ever
had. Jesus.
It's oddly reminiscent of someone on the stage.
Oh, shade. Shade. Oh, my God.
So.
I can't move, dude.
Oh, man. So they have failed to avoid the sudden explosion of snakes. So they've been captured, basically.
Yeah, they've been captured. Yeah.
By the head cultist, Devin. Who is the head cultist?
The head cultist of the snakes or the head cultist?
No, of Tiny Cthulhu.
Of Tiny Cthulhu, yes.
That's why there's snakes.
That's why the snakes.
Because there's, tentacles, snakes. Don't be Nicolas Cage. Don't be Nicolas Cage.
Innuendo. For what better villain for a seductive singing bard than innuendo?
So we have a super villain in a cultist robe who's just, my name is Innuendo. Hello.
Oh my God.
We are here for stuff.
Stuff.
But we are here for stuff. But.
Stuff?
You said that, not me.
We are also here for things. But.
So, as Innuendo is pontificating and making double entendres,
For you see,
Our
this was
Lady's
his plan all along. He now has the Jade Spider.
Yes, he does. So, can they escape, though? That's the question.
How are they going to escape, or are they going to fight? So,
well, they have to escape. They have to escape the snakes
escape the
first,
snakes.
and then we decide what they do when they're free.
Okay.
So I really hope this rolls well this time.
I see a 16.
Yeah, 16. That's good enough for me. 16. So they have successfully escaped the snakes. How did they do it? Was it through song? Was it through seduction?
Or was it through flaming spiders? Which are seducing the snakes.
What are you... Okay.
You see,
this is a teamwork role.
snakes are not the only thing I can charm.
Actually. Because we're Pathfinder crew.
Hang on. No, the dice is broken, dude.
Oh.
You gotta fix it first.
If Charlotte gets over a 10 for her spiders, then she will aid.
Yeah.
Here we are. Oh God.
Oh God.
Give it up.
16.
16. Well, now you're gone.
There it goes.
Better not be. That thing was $20.
All right, so Charlotte is aiding our heroine, is aiding Tarask.
So they now have the tactical advantage of fire spiders, Tarask's song, and a tiny dragon that has done nothing up until this point. So
He is a tiny dragon. You cannot tell him to do anything. He is cute and adorable and a mascot.
are you speaking for Tarask now?
Yes.
Okay.
the whole point.
Very well then, Tarask the adequate. What's your next move? No, I'm waiting. That's what I thought. Okay. So is Tarask the adequate going to escape or fight the cultist? Escape? Fight the cultist.
Seduce the cultists. Or seduce the leader and then subsequently...
No, that is the head cultist. That's innuendo.
Usurp him.
Oh, through
and,
seduction.
And then become the cultist leader herself.
This is getting complicated. So, Tarask wants to supplant the leader.
Yes.
But we're still killing the dragon?
No.
So we're just going to be
We're going to kill the cultist leader instead. Because why not?
Well, then what are you going to be a cult of?
Tiny
dragon.
adorable dragons.
I shouldn't have asked. Yeah, okay. So she wants to convert it through seduction to the tiny dragon cult. You ready? Oh, man, it's going to get weird.
Oh.
20.
20.
You're the one who put her on the spot. This is your fault.
I will never accept the blame for my actions.
Oh, really?
So, someone just yelled out, that explains D20 Live. What?
He said you broke what rules 1 and 2 from your keynote.
Yeah, no shit. It's almost like I never follow my own advice. I try to make people better than myself. I like to think I'm rock bottom.
You're not rock bottom.
Well, if I'm rock bottom, that's pretty good. So we have successfully seduced innuendo, and we're now
did we?
What? Well, we're supplanting him now. So, what is our first edict as head of the now tiny dragon cult?
Wait.
Oh no, we're going to the bag? It got nutty.
Edict the first.
Fussy britches and spiders. He's so mad.
Have you haunted this?
So the first edict is fussy britches and spiders.
Edict the second.
Oh, man.
Abandon the Crown Plaza.
Oh, abandon the Crown Plaza. Wow.
Okay, now, are these edicts successful? Does the cult go along with them? Let's find out. Audience, you ready? You all ready this time? Because I don't want to huck it at you and take one of you out. You ready? Here we go. Oh, good shot. Nope. We're going to have a coup d'etat within the cult. Yes. What a twist.
But fussy britches.
So the cult has turned against our heroines and has now just devolved into an angry mob. What does the cult want in all of this? Don't be sexy times. Don't be sexy times. Don't be sexy times. Don't be.
Anything is possible if you make the acrobatics check.
You all think you're so funny, don't you?
To be fair,
Okay, fine, Inkus and Dinkus. How are we to translate that into that being what the cult wants?
This is now the cult of Arcata. The cult of Arcata that is headed up by Tarask with a little miniature dragon, and we're going to have to tell him about this tomorrow.
This is going to be so much fun. He's going to be like, what? There's an actual cult about me now?
Now, does Charlotte agree with this direction that the cult is taking for? She was just brought along out of agreement. Yes or no? So Charlotte will start her own cult.
Hang on.
To fight against the cult of Arcata.
That Tarask is still the head
Tarask is still the head of.
What do they want? 20 kitten-sized dragons. So they're trying to steal the other cult's mascot, the dragon.
Yes.
So this is a high school drama now.
Yeah. So do they succeed in stealing the diminutive dragon?
Well, it does make sense for Cthulhu still. This is madness.
What?
It does make sense for Cthulhu still. This is still madness.
Oh, that's how we're justifying it, huh? Are you ready? Do they succeed in stealing the dragon?
Whoa!
You can do it, you can do it, you can do it! 5. Nope.
Aww.
The dragon is still with the cult of Arcata and is still in the hands of Tarask the Adequate, her pseudo-lover.
Ride.
What?
It's his ride.
Ride?
Yes.
Okay.
Mound.
But a new threat looms on the horizon because we've got a few minutes left. What is this new threat that the cult must face?
Someone takes off their pants. So a purple worm then.
So
Cthulhu
streaking.
must rise.
What?
It could be a purple worm.
A purple worm.
Very small purple worm.
Purple worms aren't small by default. They're building size.
So it's just...
Okay, so who is this person? Is it just a weirdo streaker guy? Or is it a gargantuan purple worm?
It's a giant who has a purple worm.
So giant streaker? So the cult finds a giant that just takes off its pants in front of them and throws it, I guess, on their building. And for, I guess, because it's 6:51 now, so we should start wrapping up. Do they succeed in... Now, do they want to convert the giant to their cause? Through seduction? Or do they want to, for the first time today, have a battle?
With baby
Seduction?
dragons and flaming spiders.
Battle!
Battle.
We're going to have a fight. Let's see if we kill this sucker. Come on! Oh, I should have sent over to the other side.
Oh, God. 18.
And with that, the cult of Arcata, with their mascot, the tiny dragon, successfully chases off the streaking giant.
With the purple worm.
Yeah, who are constantly in a feud with Charlotte's cult, which is obsessed with getting more tiny dragons. Is that where we have left ourselves?
I think that's where we've left ourselves at the end of this year.
There was no part of that wasn't weird.
Thus the Cthulhu.
They never got around to summoning him. That was the thing.
No, but Cthulhu is always around us.
Yes, exactly. And
Okay,
Cthulhu,
screw it.
therefore,
Last
has
draw.
risen.
And a hook for next year. Where is Cthulhu?
No, what is my little Cthulhu doing?
Yeah, what's he doing? Well, whatever. That'll be the suggestion. Don't.
My little Cthulhu shall be doing hardcore parkour.
What the fuck? Okay, so that brings us to the end for the Audience Does D20 Live panel. I hope you all enjoyed it. When next you see us, we will be, of course, across the road at the Sheraton in the
South Ballroom, I think.
In the South Ballroom.
Second ballroom?
In the
Something.
ballroom.
One of the ballrooms.
Second stage.
Yes.
At 8 o'clock tomorrow night, for, of course, D20 Live's Pokemon game. Thank you very much for participating. I am Mike.
I am Devin.
I am Sam, the production manager.
Thank you very much.